Hello, my name is Eric, and today I wanted to talk to you about the Nidalee nerfs that just came in patch 3.14, the Pi patch. So, Nidalee has recently become an extremely powerful force in solo queue, and I'll explain why she suddenly became extremely powerful, even though there were no buffs or nerfs or anything changed about her for quite a long time. I'll explain why that is in a little bit, but the nerfs that they've given her are pretty strong. It really limits her damage potential, but I kind of liked it as well because now she's not banned every game and no one's picking her constantly, and she's still a very, very strong pick in solo queue in my opinion. Sorry, I just bumped the microphone. So what they ended up doing is they kind of nerfed her spear. It no longer scales off of the total distance between her and her enemy. It now scales off of the distance between her and her enemy minus her attack range, which is 525 range. So now it's much harder to get that amplification damage on her spear, because you're very rarely landing a max range spear in lane. Once laning phase is over, she's about the same as she was previously. You can land a lot of long range spears whether or not you're in lane. It's pretty easy when it's roaming time, but in lane it's a lot harder to land a max range spear because the opponent is always looking at you, and the opponent is usually in closer range than your max range. So your spear lost probably about 30 or 40% of its damage alone to that nerf, which is a huge nerf. And on top of that, they made it so you can't jump away from your opponent to amplify your damage slightly with your spear, because it's no longer scaling from your distance from your enemy. It's now scaling from where you threw the spear to your enemy. So those are two small differences. The second change that they made was actually okay with me. The one where it's now scaling based on your distance from where you threw the spear. That actually helps a lot for people playing Nidalee as an assassin. Because what it does is, once you hit level 6, you can throw your spear from a long range away, but in patch 3.13, before this nerf occurred, you couldn't follow up your spear. You would just have to back up and wait for your spear to hit them, and once it hit them you could engage. And the reason being, you wanted to amplify your spear's damage. You didn't want to get closer to them and actually have it do less damage, because the distance between you and an opponent was pretty small. So you would have to wait until your spear hit before you could follow up. Now you're able to throw the spear first and then immediately follow up before it hits. So what can happen is you can throw the spear, switch to cougar form, follow up, and then do a whole cougar combo and then take down. And you can potentially take someone down from 100 to 0 if you're fairly well off in lane, and you can kill somebody really quickly using her new burst combo that now exists. So that's kind of nifty, the thing that just came out. This whole new playstyle for Nidalee is now assassin, more or less. She's not as strong of an assassin as like the old Ahri or the old Zed or anything like that, but she's definitely up there, and she still has a very strong ranged poke, which is why I still think she's a very valuable pick in solo queue. She fits in a lot of team compositions as well. I'm surprised I'm playing with 3 silvers now. I don't think I've lost too many games recently. I have lost quite a few actually, so my MMR might be a little bit low. I haven't been playing Nidalee very much actually, because in patch 3.13 I would say probably about 70% of my games Nidalee was either banned or picked before me. It was seriously that many games Nidalee was in. I think every single game I played she was banned or picked before me, or I took her. But very rarely was I actually able to play Nidalee in patch 3.13, so that's actually why I'm happy with patch 3.14, because now all these people who are just like, I want to play OP champions, I want free wins, I don't care about the champion I'm playing, I don't really feel like it's necessary for me to be playing a champion I like, I just want to win. Now all those people have shifted to other champions like Fizz or Syndra or Rengar with the 3 bushes in top lane. They're all switching to more overpowered champions, although I don't think any of those 3 are too overpowered. Fizz is a little strong when he snowballs. He's just got that insane snowball potential, but Rengar and Syndra are in a better place now. Rengar could be potentially nerfed a little bit more, but I'll go on that in another video. But I am much happier with the change here, not so much because I think it's a buff. It's definitely not a buff. It's a huge nerf to Nidalee, and it's going to cost me a lot of potential in lane. But as a result of the change, there's no longer a huge desire to play Nidalee from everybody, and she's not permanently banned, and she's not permanently picked in every game before me. So I'm actually able to play her a lot more often, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm playing against a who am I playing against? Ezreal. Oh, Ezreal, duh. Ezreal mid is a very big pain in my butt.
I will guide you.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Let me show you the way.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's actually decent.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
You call this civilized?
That's a bit risky to play on your support. There's Ezreal.
Minions have spawned.
So this is what another thing I don't like about these maps are the balances. The balanced maps, or the sides are not exactly the same. Like here, you can stand right here and you can place a trap in this bush, but up here, you cannot stand right there and place a trap in that bush. It's slightly off. He's probably going to throw a hook onto that thing, onto the red buff, and get him, and he'll pull himself over the wall. Or he'll just do absolutely nothing. I honestly didn't understand what he was saying. I thought he was just saying we should focus her. Honestly, in lane, you should probably still focus the AD carry. If Zyra's low, obviously go for her, but you want to keep that AD carry zone from farm. Getting that enemy support low on health isn't going to do very much for you. It's not going to zone them. It's not going to keep her away. Ezreal has missed 1 CS so far. I don't know why I'm not going to keep track of that. That would be a pain in the butt and way too much paying attention for me to actually care. I hate playing against Ezreal because he has such good poke. We'll pull this guy in here. So what's going to happen is, yeah. No, I missed 1. I missed 2. I missed almost 3. Yeah, I missed 3. I missed a lot. Gosh, dang it. It's going to be a rough lane.
First blood.
He is building attack damage, though. No, I'm missing so many last hits. Goodness gracious. The fact that he pushed made it really, really hard for me. Early game, Nidalee has a really rough time pushing off hard pushes, especially now. You're not going to take too much damage if you push Nidalee under tower, because you can get really up in her face. There's not really going to be any consequences because her spear will do very little damage to you. And because of that, you'll also have minions blocking all of her spears anyways. So unfortunately, if you push Nidalee to her tower, well, unfortunately for me, not unfortunately for those of you pushing Nidalee, she's going to be almost 100% useless. Yes, let's just poke everybody to crap, Ezreal, you jerk. Oh my gosh, this Ezreal annoys me. Can we not have so much insane poke potential from an Ezreal? My god. Of all of the AD carries, he has the most annoying poke. How does that reach? His Q is the same range as mine, but mine is definitely a lot more mana costly. So he's way pushed. He should be ganked like 4 or 5 times by now. Jarvan's not paying much attention, so I'm just gonna give him a nice ping, say, hey yo, this is an easy gank, we should definitely go for it. And then he's gonna say, why have you been not, I don't know, he's gonna blame me for something, guaranteed. He's been pushed all lane, come and kill him. Let him be right back first? No, show up. Oh my god. Oh my god. By the time he goes back to base, Ezreal's he's just gonna go back and heal. So this is gonna be a really, really rough lane, especially with Jarvan deciding that it is smarter for him to not show up in lane when this is this easy a gank. So it's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. I'm just a little frustrated with the decision making by, there he is. That was a very, very bad gank. Oh well, not the end of the world. That was okay. Honestly, he should have ganked way earlier though. Ezreal is way ahead in lane now, and it's going to be really rough for me until I can do something to turn around, like roam, or once I get level 6 I can actually handle the push. But right now his ability to push lane is just too much for me. I can't handle it.
On the prowl.
So now he has no crowd control, which means I can engage on him hard here and really punish him. Now that I have my level 6, I do have the ability to really fight back in lane, and it's really, really nice. Actually, I could potentially do this. That's kill.
You have slain an enemy.
That's just called a flash pounce. His health was pretty low, and a flash pounce, what it does is it basically allows me to get in really close range for my pounce and my cougar combo. He's already used his Q, so I'm pretty safe. Yeah, I'm good.
Instinct.
So I've actually managed, now that I have my cougar form, I've managed to come back in terms of CS against Ezreal. He still has 1 more CS than me, but it's not a very big deal. And at this point, I will be very, very fine in lane. We'll get a stealth ward, and they used to be called vision wards for people watching this way in the future. This is the first day of the preseason for Season 4, so all these items are very new to me. The trinket, I sometimes forget to even buy at the very beginning of the game. So yeah, Ezreal, it's not too rough right now. Because I do have my level 6, I can farm much more efficiently. He can't push me to my tower as easily. Ezreal is missing. I don't know where he went. I haven't been watching the map very much. Oh, he got blue buff. Why would his jungler do that for him? Well, I guess maybe. I normally don't like to give blue buff away in solo queue as jungler. Not very often, especially when my mid laner dies very early. The reason being because I don't want to give that liability. I'm trying to help my mid laner survive just by not giving him blue buff. I know this sounds really stupid, but I know they're going to die again. I don't want to give the blue buff to the enemy mid laner. So Ezreal, let's dance.
You call.
What is he gonna do? Poke me? He's got a Phage. Right now, Phage is not as strong as it used to be. Actually, Phage is really strong. It's the Trinity Force is not as strong as it used to be for AD carries like Ezreal. That was a very interesting display of events there. I don't know if display was the right word, but Ezreal not gonna have a ton of damage in a little bit. That was a good counter on his part. And then that's where it kind of just went back down south for him. Oh goodness, I'm so used to them being label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I keep pressing 4 thinking, or 5 thinking that it's my potion, when in reality it's 6. So this is going to be a big pain in the butt for me, is Ezreal's poke, especially with blue buff. I needed to kill him earlier while he still had blue buff, but he's just been able to poke me so hard, and I haven't been able to kill him. So unfortunately, he has taken this blue buff and reaped the benefits of it pretty hard, and then he does this. This is one of the stupider things I've seen him do. And then he's going to come out ahead on top of, or he's going to come out ahead here. That's really frustrating. He's going to toss a Q, and it hit me. What? What is that range? Jeez. Okay, I want to heal myself, and I want to get ready. I want to get ready for potential. Ooh, wow. Oh, are you serious? I should have ignited him earlier. He's gonna get away. Oh well. Life goes on. Or he's gonna go back to base right there. Yeah, no, I won't get him. Not the end of the world. It's kind of disappointing, but I do come out on top here. Actually, no, I don't. I can get one more wave. I don't know where Lee Sin is, so I'm a little nervous about this, but I'm not too concerned. He's not really showing much presence in the mid lane. There he is, bottom lane, so it's safe for me to do this. I did screw up two of the last hits there, so that sucks. So there's Lee Sin. Vayne's got 5 kills now. Wow. She's having a really good time. So what I like to do as Nidalee mid lane is I like to purchase an Archangel Staff first or an Athene's Holy Grail first, based on who I'm up against and how I feel the enemy team is going to be for me. Right now I'm not feeling like the enemy team is going to be very scary in terms of ability power, because Ezreal is building attack damage and Rumble is building tanky. So that's why I decided to go Tear of Goddess, because they have no huge threat in terms of ability power for me. So I figured, you know what, why bother even getting the Chalice, because the Chalice is really only good for the magic resist. I mean, that's not true at all. It has really good mana regen and it has a great passive, but normally I only buy the Chalice for the magic resist if I feel like I might need it. That was foolish. He probably could have ulted onto him and actually would have been useless. There's Ezreal, just dancing around. And he walked right over my trap. That was not smart. And there goes half of his health. So see, Nidalee still does a lot of damage. She's still a very strong laner, but you have to push the wave in order to get your spears off like that. Otherwise, you're kind of not going to get enough range to really do any damage. So I don't know where he went. There it is. Okay. I could potentially flash pounce him, but it's really risky because if I don't kill him, it's a wasted flash. I don't know what he's doing. Got him. I'll just do that just for kicks. And then watch this. As soon as I land this spear. Okay, I'm not gonna land that spear. I'm sounding too cocky. I'll wait for it. As soon as he comes out of range of his tower, I'm gonna try and get a nice flash pounce going. Oh no, oh no, oh no, come on. Come out of range of your tower. Are you serious? Get that auto attack. That's so stupid, man. I don't care if he's up, we just killed him. I just really wanted him dead. No, I missed so many last hits so far. This is the worst. I'm having such a rough... Oh, the Jinx ultimate. I'm having such a rough laning... Oh, there's Vayne in a bit of a danger. I know she'll be fine. Let's put this up here, though. So right now I'm having a really nice laning phase. Gonna buy that, and we'll start working towards this, but we're not gonna complete it until I already have my Rabadons. And the reason I'm starting it now is because I like to have that extra 20 ability power. It is a nice amount of damage. It's about 30 damage on my spear, and I just like to have that. It's not really gonna make or break my lane, but it's gonna help ever so slightly, and everything adds up. So I do like to start building smaller items or other items that I can't buy the other parts for quite yet. If I don't have enough money for like a Rabadon's early or something like that, so I'll buy like a portion of the Void Staff. So he's doing an alright job of dodging. Yeah, dodging is a lot easier now because the spears won't do very much damage unless Nidalee is a nice distance away. So I either have to sacrifice my chances of hitting him or make it a lot less of a chance to hit him because he'll have much more time to dodge, or sacrifice the potential damage I could do. No! Gosh, dang it. He just trapped himself in that corner there. Walking between the turret and the wall here when you're playing against the Nidalee is one of the worst ideas. The reason being because when you walk in here, I can throw a spear from any direction. I can throw it like this, I can throw it like this, I can throw it like this. Any direction from inside my own lane, and I will always hit you unless you have a blink ability, which he should have used a little bit earlier. But yeah, he trapped himself. He more or less forced himself to get hit by that spear. I'm going to see if I can't steal this blue buff, because I know that he hasn't received it in a little bit. I don't know if it's because he's starting to have a really rough time in lane, or because, nope, the jungler just didn't want to give up quite yet. So we actually want to clear the entire camp. The reason being because I actually want to know the timer on that buff, so I'm actually going to type in chat 2052 TB. That means 2052 is when their blue will respawn. No, he got away because there were minions there. Or not minions, but monsters. And they're going after him. They're going deep. They got him. Wow. Oh, she's so fed. This Vayne is fed beyond belief. Alright, Jinx, really? That was bad manners. So I'm gonna toss that way. Missed her because she didn't walk away. I thought she was going to go. That was really good. I always, like, it's a habit for me to constantly walk back for my spears. I don't need to do that anymore because it's not going to matter. But I always walk back as soon as I throw a spear. I guess it's a good habit though, because that means that I'll be able to survive a potential engage from them because I'm already retroactively running away. That was a bad throw. I could probably kill two of them, but I don't know where Lee Sin just went. Zyra I could potentially kill with one or two spears. Oh, well, I could potentially kill with one. I'm not sure how much health she has. 873. I can do... Yeah, I can potentially kill her if I had enough magic penetration, which I probably don't. So I won't be able to kill her. Dude, really? Bad manners. You ho. Can we not, please? Thanks. Alright, bye. This guy. What is he doing? Never chase in Italy. It's a waste of your time. So we're actually going to place a ward here, because I don't want that to happen again. No! Can I place it right there? Yeah, I can. Cool.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I guess Vayne had some rough times and she condemned a minion, so she's having a really bad mental breakdown right now. Alright, if Ezreal comes within range of a flash pounce, I see a Zyra though, she makes me nervous. I don't want to waste a flash for nothing because she can root me fairly easily. And now she's gonna die. Here goes Ezreal. Let's go. There goes him. No! You must die! No! What are you doing? Why am I doing this? No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Gosh, I want to survive. No. I forgot that there's more than just 3 people on their team. Making me nervous. Jeez. Okay, we can steal their red buff fairly easily.
I will guide you.
I thought that would have hit the red buff, but I guess not. I screwed that up. Oh, here comes Ezreal. I saw that. So since we have vision of this thing, we're actually just going to wait for him to weaken it for me. And, oh, dang it. I didn't take it. I just weakened it a ton for him.
You called.
No! He got me. Good job. I screwed up there. Not only did I give him a free red buff, but I just screwed up so bad on my pounce. Oh man, that was rough. But this game's going fairly well. I feel really bad actually. We're just, Vayne and I, between the two of us, we're just dominating them. Thresh is doing a really good job too. He's 1-1-7, which means he's been feeding Vayne almost all of these kills. I don't know if it's his fault or Vayne's fault. But Ezreal has been fairly shut down. We're gonna get that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Getting those boots is actually going to help a lot now because I have a lot of ability power. I do want a little bit of magic penetration. For about 15 magic penetration on the average person who has about 50 magic resist, they have 30% reduced damage, or reduced magic damage. If you take away about 15 of that, it's going to suddenly drop down to like maybe 22% reduced magic damage, and that's going to give you an 8% bonus in your damage. Now it's an option between getting those boots and potentially buying an abyss or a blasting rod, which would give me 40 more AP. That 40 more AP would make me have about 50 more damage. That 8% bonus damage would give me about, let's see, how much does my current spear do? About 1,000. So that 8% bonus would give me another 80 damage. So 60 versus 80. The boots are a good option at right around about 250 AP. That's where it becomes boots are about equivalent to a blasting rod in terms of damage bonus. Now if I was really wanting to rush that Rabadon's death cap, I would definitely buy the blasting rod because the returns I would have later on it would be really, really good for me. But as of right now, because I don't really need to rush the blasting rod or the death cap, I'm alright. Oh no, their whole team is here. No, please no. Please no. Please no, stop, please. Please stop. Please no. Please no more. Please no. I ask you to stop and you don't stop. It's bad manners. So I know that he has a ward in here. Oh gosh, I caught that. Yeah. Saved Thresh.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, that was really bad. I should have seen that coming. I didn't kill Jinx, but I saw her just get away. I should have known that she's going to try and ult. So now I have this Rabadon's death cap. That's going to boost my damage output by a significant amount. That was about 140 AP. So, a very, very good option to have taken. And now I'm going to go for that Void Staff. The reason I want to get the Void Staff is because... sorry, excuse me, I just burped. That was gross. But 35% magic resist is going to be about at least a 10% increase in my damage output. Probably more than that because the enemy team's going to have some magic resist in their runes or in some of their items. For example, Zyra has a magic resist item. If she's going to build a... she's probably going to be building an Aegis or an Aegis or Aegis or whatever. She's probably working on that right now. So this Void Staff will more or less mitigate all of the magic resist that it gives them. And then on top of that, the Void Staff does give some AP. But the Void Staff is just really, really strong. It'll increase your damage by at least 10%. If somebody has even one magic resist item, it'll increase your damage by about 25%. So it's really, really strong to have.
You cannot hate me somehow.
And as Nidalee, because all your damage comes from a single AP poke, you really want that that Void Staff, because if all your damage just gets mitigated by a single item, like enemy having a lot of magic resist, you are zero, you are useless, you have no utility, you have no damage now, you're just there trying to poke down people really slowly and not really contributing much to the team. So we could probably just shut them down really easy and dive them, but I guess we're just going to play it safe here. Probably a good idea. No need to really rush it. But we do need either Thresh or Jarvan to dive them. I can't dive them myself. There it is. I will heal Thresh for his awesome efforts. Lee Sin will save him. Alright, I'm gonna go away. This is really risky. Oh gosh. Yeah, that was a bit risky. We were not all there. We definitely should have had more people in there though before we dove. So unfortunately, what happened there is he ended up engaging before the rest of the team was even in position to fight that. So unfortunately, we lost that fight. Well, we didn't really lose. We traded 1 for 1 or 2 for 2, which in my eyes would be a loss if we have such a huge lead. That shouldn't happen. Pathing is OP. No, you stupid face. Alright, we're just gonna walk away here. Hehe.
You cannot cage me.
Alright, so we're gonna go back to base. Oh, we're so close. No, we're not. We have like another 500 gold before I can have the Void Staff. So I'm gonna keep working for that Void Staff. I need to stop missing these last hits. I'm just having a rough time. Gosh, I missed another one. So we might just go for the Wraiths right here. Oh, there's only one. It's lame. That is really nice to have there. You know what, screw it. I'm gonna go for it. Oh wow. Take it, run, run, run! Yes! Thank you, my hero. And I have enough for a Void Staff, which is just beautiful. Oh no, did I leave him? I did leave him all alone out there, or her. Okay, we can kill him really easily.
I will guide
With just auto attacks. I want my Void Staff now. But we're going to be really aggressive, so instead we're just going to keep pushing mid. I don't have any mana. It should regen fairly quickly as time goes on. I don't have an Athene's Holy Grail, so it doesn't regen nearly as quickly as if I had had that. But what's really nice is every time I go back to base, I have an even bigger mana pool to work with. Honestly, right now, it's not even worth it to leave those small minions up in their jungle. A lot of people say counter jungle every time you go to the enemy's side of the map. But at this point, we are so far ahead right now. Their jungle is actually our jungle, and it's actually beneficial for us to have all of the buffs up as soon as we can. I can probably dive Ezreal and kill him. Oh, that was a bad dive. Still gonna kill him though. No, dang it. I'm gonna use that item. Wow, that shield really did do a lot. I ended up using my Seraph's Embrace, and immediately the Seraph's Embrace shield disappeared, so glad I used that. I probably could have died if I didn't. It probably shielded me quite a lot. About 500 damage is what it did. Good job on our part. So yeah, the new Nidalee, I really do enjoy her. The best part about her new Q is that you can throw the spear immediately. You can throw the spear and then immediately convert to cougar form and jump on somebody. So I'll show an example of that, maybe against somebody, probably just, we'll do it against Ezreal. So what I can do is I can throw this spear right here, and then I can immediately engage like that, following the spear forward. So it allows me to have some really strong burst potential, as opposed to having to throw the spear, wait 2 seconds for it to hit, and then I can engage. It allows me to get all my bursts done in a really short amount of time. Oh gosh, I just screwed that up. They ninja nerfed the walls over by the new camp, the Wraith camp or whatever. They ninja nerfed this wall, so you cannot, or this one, you can no longer jump over that wall with Nidalee or Riven. Actually, you might be able to do it with Riven, because Riven's Q is a little bit longer than Nidalee's W. But you can no longer jump over that with Nidalee. So unfortunately, if I was getting chased earlier today in a fight or in an online ranked game, and I didn't know that yet, and I tried to jump over that wall, and I ended up not being able to make it over the wall, and it sucked. So that was a nice surprise. But you know what we're gonna build? We're gonna build that.
An enemy has been slain.
Just so I can dive the enemy team and be ridiculous.
An ally has been slain.
At this point, this is just over the top amounts of ability power. 664 ability power. Well, normally it would only be 600 and something, like 24. I don't know if the Baron Asher gives you 40. Is it 40 ability power? I'm not certain. But I would have still over 600 ability power. And, oh, plus my Rabadon's Death Cap. I'm not sure how much I would have. But what's really, really ridiculous is having this much. You don't really need this much. I can probably two-shot anybody on their team aside from Rumble. Rumble I might still be able to two-shot, depending on how tanky he got. But it looks like he didn't get tanky enough. So yeah, I could probably two-shot anybody on their team. I just have to get a nice long-range spear. Maybe even one-shot this. Nope, she decided not to walk the direction I thought she would. But even my based damage spear does about 600 or 700 damage. Like, look at that. He had initially 1900 or almost 2000 health, and I brought him down to 700. So I did about 1300 damage to him. The max amount of damage I can do is about 1600 if they have 0 magic resist. Now with my void staff and my boots, it's essentially like they have 0 magic resist, but they do still mitigate some of the damage. So I probably won't get 1600 damage down. Dang it. Oh, there's a minion there. I didn't even know that. So if I can get a good spear off, which I can't.
Call this civilized.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning.
Stop. I just want to end the game.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, you're just gonna die, Ezreal. I don't like you. Alright, screw it. You're gonna die. Alright, I need to get close to Vayne so I can heal her. She took a lot of damage recently. Alright, Vayne, come here. Come here. Yes, you're alive. Haha! We'll heal Irelia. She did not need to kite the turret like that much. She took way too much damage there. But yeah, this is the new Nidalee. She's definitely still really, really powerful. You just have to be a little bit more careful with how you use your spears. But this is a really, really good game, so I guess this would be a bad example of how she got nerfed. Because it definitely does not seem like a nerf from this game. But if you have any questions about Nidalee or about the nerf, or any questions on how to play her, or you want suggestions or tips, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to share some more tips with you guys. But yeah, that's how you play the new Nidalee, and that's what she's like. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.